Watching Peppa Pig is fun, but what's more fun is spotting some errors in the show. Today, we're going to share some of the hilarious animation errors we found in Peppa Pig. Like in the episode The Children's Fate, there's a funny moment during the parents' sack race. As they all tumble down at the finish line, you can clearly see that there's nothing in the background except for the decoration flags. But right after the children start cheering, something strange happens. A tent magically appears in the background out of nowhere. It's like the tent just popped up to join in on the celebration. In the episode Night Animals, Grandad Pig, Peppa, and George are putting the chickens to bed, and the first mistake you'll notice is when Grandad Pig closes the chicken roost. There's this cute little flower behind him. But then, Peppa asks him why the slugs are up all night, and suddenly, the flower is now on George's side. I mean, did it sprout legs and walk over there? But wait, it gets even weirder. Freddy Fox was just passing by, and now look, the flower magically disappears. Did it get scared off by Freddy's swagger or something? Now, after Freddy Fox takes his dramatic exit, check out the wood holding up the fence. It's just chilling there, minding its own business. Grandpa finds a hedgehog in his bucket, and bam, that wood is gone too. The fence is suddenly holding itself up. This next mistake is a weird one. On the episode The Little Boat, Peppa Pig's family were on a little picnic. Now let's take a closer look at Peppa Pig. We can see the hot dog being the nearest food close to her, right? But then when Peppa expresses her love for jelly, and the hot dog just disappears. And now the jelly magically appears right next to her instead. Like, did the jelly just kick the hot dog out of the way or something? But that's not the only mistake in this episode. Peppa Pig's family decided to enjoy the picnic without Daddy Pig, and so this means they finished almost everything. So when Daddy Pig comes back only to be given leftovers by the family who were now just chilling at the corner of the mat, but then, out of nowhere, this duck shows up with a worm as his leftover to give Daddy Pig. Weaken his position shifted and he's the one who is sitting at the corner of the mat. Desert Island has got to be one of the weirdest ones yet. So, Granddad Dog, Grandpa Pig, and Grumpy Rabbit are just chilling, enjoying some snacks in the middle of the sea, living their best lives. But the moment their boat starts sinking, the snacks completely disappeared. In the supermarket scene, Peppa goes to try her luck in the toy machine, and in the process she gets this beautiful card, and if you look closely, the pictures are in the order: sun, star, love heart, candy, and flower. Cool, right? But then, George wants to try the machine again to get that toy dinosaur, and suddenly, Peppa's card arrangement changes and now it's star, sun, love heart, candy, and flower. Maybe Peppa got a magic card from the toy machine. We've got another one for you from the episode Aquarium. So, the Peppas went looking for a friend for Goldie the fish, since he was a little bit bored. I want you to see when Mummy Pig lifts up George so he can see better. You can clearly spot two seahorses behind him. Everything's fine until the camera zooms out, and suddenly, one of the seahorses is just gone. Like, did it decide it wasn't getting paid enough to be in this scene and just dipped? Moving on, in the episode The Clubhouse, Peppa and Susie are pretending their wooden telephone works in their new clubhouse, and at first, there's absolutely nothing behind them, just empty space. But moments later when they start playing detectives, a toy just magically appears behind Susie and Pedro Pony while they're making a pretend call. Which was not there at the first scene. I hope it was an animation mistake and not some ghost living in Clubhouse. In the episode Water Park, Peppa and her family are having fun at the beach, and Peppa is super hyped to try out the water bucket game. You can see Mandy Mouse's wheelchair right next to her mom. Moments later, still in the same scene, when Mummy Pig steps up to give it a go, Mandy's wheelchair just vanishes into thin air. And then, just as everyone's cracking up at Mummy Pig's big splash, the wheelchair pops back up like it never left. Still in the same episode, Daddy Pig wants to try out the big water slide, but when he's about to enter there's a huge no glasses sign, so he had to remove his specs. Moments later, after he's out of the water slide, that sign magically disappears as his family comes cheering on him. In the episode Undersea Party. So, Mrs. Rabbit is busy decorating the hideout for Goldie's birthday bash at Peppa's house. Among the colorful decorations there's a fish balloon, a star balloon, and then a balloon shaped like, well, who even knows what animal that is? But just as the guests start rolling in to celebrate, all the balloon decorations vanished. Maybe they just got tired of the party before it even started. Moving on, in the episode The Balloon Ride. Everyone hops into the hot air balloon for a classic day out, but as the hot air balloon goes up, I want you to notice something. Did you notice it? For those who did not see it, you can see as the balloon floats higher and higher, both the sun and the moon are just up in the sky together during the daytime. That was a bit awkward. In the episode Playground Star, Peppa gets her playground star, and behind her, there's this simple drawing of Peppa's house, with a plain background, but then, after Mummy Pig finished telling her story about winning a star in her childhood, the background totally changes. It looks like someone just grabbed a crayon and scribbled all over it. See you in the next video only if you have subscribed to the channel.